What's up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing Dredd, which follows three film students who decide to make a documentary slash film series about people's fears. And one of the film students, who is a little bit sadistic, ends up taking this film series to pretty extreme and downright evil levels. So one of the things that I really liked about this movie, Dredd, is really its premise and, central themes of fear and, being able to confront your fears. For example, when they're actually making the docu-series, they have a bunch of participants come in and sit behind a camera and say some of their fears. And this ranges from, people who are afraid of, spiders and bugs, all the way to the more grotesque people who are suffering from PTSD and trauma, whether that be physical trauma, even like sexual abuse trauma. Some of this gets pretty dark pretty quickly. And again, one of the film students who's pretty sadistic, he's centered and hellbent on this idea of people being able to confront their fears and confront dread and and confront their fears again. So he kind of takes the privilege upon himself to really drive home this point. So think of someone who's afraid of spiders, him trapping them in a room full of spiders to make them confront their fear. That's the type of level that he goes to in order to really analyze people's fears and have them confront them. And one thing, again, I think that's a pretty cool concept. And I also love the idea that even though the character, I believe his name was Quaid, even though he takes it upon himself to force people to kind of face their fears, he himself has his own insecurities, has his own traumatic experiences in his past that he too has to overcome. So it's a little bit of a little hypocritical for him to kind of be so harsh on people, but at the same time having his own fears and insecurities, which he's forced to confront in this film as well. And on the topic of Quaid, Clay, I think that's how you pronounce his name, guys. Him as a character himself is really interesting and intriguing to follow, because it's almost as if, he feels as if it's like his moral mission, or if he's able to confront this idea of fear and dread, he'll be, kind of transcending and doing something that no man has ever done. And to be able to overcome that kind of transcends him to a level beyond any man. He's able to do something that no one else has really done before. And it really fills him with this sick sense of satisfaction, putting people in situations where they're confronting their own fear, they're terrified, they're fearful for their own lives. It gives him a sick sense of satisfaction. But through that, again, he's able to really look death and fear in its face through kind of like his victims, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like that notion, guys, and that entire route that movie goes and takes. But again, guys, Quaid as himself is a pretty interesting and intriguing character, a flawed character at that. I think he thinks that he's doing good for people by forcing them really to face their fears, but in a sick, really twisted way, So he has a really tweaked and not really a great moral compass. But yeah, guys, some things that I didn't like about the movie. Some characters just felt like they were there just kind of to be there. But again, every person in this movie, every character serves a purpose and serves as a puppet really in Quaid's big, twisted and sadistic plan and film series. So everyone's fear, everyone's own insecurity comes to light. They're forced to confront it. And it's all really for the enjoyment of Quaid, which is really, really crazy, guys. And again, another aspect of this film that I really like. So if I had to rate this movie, Dredd, 1 out of 10, guys, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's really, really interesting. It's really intriguing. It's really, intriguing and to really see the slow descent and how far Quaid will go to fulfill his sixth sense of, or his determination to conquer fear, conquer something that no man has ever done before, conquer death in itself and everything like that. So really makes you think in a little bit, makes you, kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. This movie feels different, a premise that I haven't really seen before as well, and it's an enjoyable time, guys. So if you have seen Dredd, let me know in the comment section below, guys. And again, thanks here for watching this review.